Okay guys, so for today's dish, we're gonna teach you something that's traditional in our home on Thanksgiving, but it may not be what you expect, so stay tuned.
All right guys, so today's dish is gonna be cinnamon buns. I'm super excited to get into this recipe. It's just one of those dishes that warms the soul in a sweet way, and it's a huge tradition at Rachel's place.
Every Thanksgiving morning, we make the cinnamon buns and then we eat it while we watch the Thanksgiving Day parade. So it's a really fun way to kind of get your family together and enjoy a really sweet, yummy recipe. So we're gonna share with you our cinnamon bun recipe.
Let's get started. All right, so first up, I'm gonna pour this warm water into the mixing bowl, followed by some dry active yeast and some granulated sugar. So the sugar is actually going to be the food source for the yeast. The yeast is going to activate from the warmth in the water and the sugar, and basically it's going to start eating up the sugars and create the gas that's necessary for the rising of the dough. And we're just going to let this sit for about, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes. Put the melted butter in there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the 2 eggs. And buttermilk. And now we can start adding our flour very slowly.
Okay. So just like a cup at a time?
Yeah, half a cup at a time.
I just am worried it's gonna go everywhere, but...
It might. But see, that's the fun of baking sometimes. You get a little dirty, hopefully not too dirty. If you guys don't have a stand mixer, it's completely fine. You don't need an electric mixer to accomplish this recipe. Just grab a bowl and you just do it the analog style. You just get your hands dirty. And I think that's, sometimes that's half the fun. All right, so the dough has come together. Typically you'd want it to just come clean coming off the sides, but I actually like my dough a little bit sticky because it yields a fluffier dough, I think. Just gonna add some of my little kneading flour onto the working surface. And so now you have this big glob of dough. And you're just gonna knead it. And this is really soft and supple, and that's what you want for a pastry like this. There's a million different ways to knead. Always make sure that you have this little buffer of bench flour in between the board and the dough, otherwise it's just gonna stick and become a crazy mess. But you can fold like this, half on top of itself, and just keep doing that, and then give it a turn. Or you can just do it one-handed, take just one piece of the dough and fold it in on itself. And just keep sort of turning as you're kneading. And add the butter. And then put the smooth side down. Kind of rub it around. Make sure it's all sort of spread around. This is going to prevent the dough from drying out.
Got it.
And now, take some plastic film. Just gonna cover the top. And you're gonna leave this in a warm spot in your kitchen for about an hour or so to double in size.
So last year, actually, my mom was out of town and she was like, you have to help your dad because he has nothing to do on Thanksgiving. And so I told Byron, I was like, well, we have to do Thanksgiving dinner.
I was up for the task. I was like, oh, let's do it. This is my year, okay? I have Thanksgiving off. And people are wanting me to cook Thanksgiving dinner, so I have to do it. I have to do it the right way and my way. So Thanksgiving dinner for 4 or 5, maybe even 6 people is really not that big of a deal for me because I'm used to making it for like 300 people. So essentially like half the time I was watching the game and everyone was wondering, is the kitchen burning down?
It took him like 3 hours to make the most amazing Thanksgiving dinner that I have ever had. So he won Thanksgiving.
All right, so now we're gonna make our filling. Very easy. Just gonna add some granulated sugar to this large mixing bowl. A good amount of cinnamon. This really is what makes the magic in cinnamon buns. Good amount of cinnamon.
Yum.
And some brown sugar. And then it's just gonna deflate really once I pull this out. My hand's a little floured.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sort of punch it down.
Okay.
You can knead it just a few more times to make sure everything's nice and mixed. Oh, it's beautiful. Now, the rolling. So I'm just gonna roll this out into, a pretty large rectangle. And eventually, I'm gonna start spreading this with some butter, some this beautiful sugar filling. It's gonna start turning into cinnamon buns. If If you guys like to cook like me and you guys are enjoying this recipe, make sure you check out my channel, Byron Talbot. Has tons of cool culinary tips and tricks and a lot of cool recipes over there. And I'll see you guys there soon.
So we actually both make videos on YouTube. I make beauty and lifestyle videos. My channel is Rachel Talbot. So if you're interested in that type of thing, come over and subscribe and I'll see you there.
All right, so this is looking good. Now we're gonna spread a little bit of butter. This is butter that's just been that's sitting out at room temperature. Give it a good whip. And it has a nice little pliable consistency.
Yum.
All right, butter.
Butter.
Makes things better. And you wanna leave the bottom quarter of the dough or so with no butter on it, because that's gonna be the part where you seal it up. All right, now just sprinkle this really like crazy.
So how much of this do you put on?
You could probably put on all this. I probably won't. All right, that should be good. Once this is done, you really can just roll it up. So you wanna roll it or I can roll it?
Sure, I'll roll it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like to separate the ends from this log just because, you know, they kind of have this weird shape, and I like to put them in the sort of respective corners of the baking dish just so I know those are kind of the end pieces and they're just kind of oblong and weird. And then we're just gonna continue cutting. Just, I don't know, about inch or so cuts all the way down. Just gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna let these sit out in a warm space in your kitchen for about a half hour just to double in size. But if you find that your kitchen's kind of cool, it'll take about an hour or so, and you might think that's a crazy amount of time to put into a recipe, but it's just so worth it, especially around the holidays. Sometimes we have some free time. It's nice to, you know, use that free time and make a wonderful dish like this. All right, so while we're waiting for the rolls to double in size, I'm gonna make a delicious cream cheese frosting. A little bit of this room temperature butter right inside.
Ooh, this is the best part.
Ooh, the cream cheese frosting, right?
Yum.
Just about a half a cup or so. A little pinch of salt. And then powdered sugar. This is just kind of dump and go. Slice this right down the middle.
I love vanilla bean.
Got all those delicious vanilla seeds right there. All right, just put that right in the center. There you go.
I think as we continue on building our family, we only have one baby so far, and as he gets older and as we have more children, I definitely want to continue this tradition. I think it's something that I always looked forward to.
Something you anticipate throughout the year, you know. You already anticipate Christmas or Thanksgiving, and then when you have a dish like this or some sort of recipe that sort of brings your family together, I think it's super important and makes the holiday season, you know, that much more enjoyable.
Is it unethical for me to taste this? Like to just like stick my finger in there and go for it? Okay.
Do it.
Do it. And then I will wash them after.
That's okay. Clean hands, mean hands.
Oh my God.
Whoa. Those have definitely doubled in size. These are major. Now I'm gonna throw them into a 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes to bake up nice and golden brown, delicious.
Oh boy.
Smell good?
It smells like Thanksgiving in here.
Oh, it smells so good.
Oh,
it's
it smells so
spicy
good.
Goodness. All right, so let me check it out. Oh my gosh, they look amazing.
Look at how good they look.
So good. You can tell the little end pieces are kind of exploding in their little weird shape. So I'm just gonna start glazing these with the cream cheese frosting, and it's just as simple as dolloping a few dollops and a few little spots, and then going crazy with it.
Oh man. This will win over anyone. If you bring this to Thanksgiving morning, evening, whatever, Christmas morning, this is gonna win over your family. They will love you forever.
All right, so who wants the honors?
I want the honors.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Oh my word. Crispy on the outside, gooey on the inside. Perfect, perfect frosting. Decadent. This is what Thanksgiving, to me, is all about. Sitting down, watching a good movie by the fireplace, watching the parade, having an amazing time with your family, and eating.
And having like a pile of cinnamon buns around you.
This is beyond, honey. I mean, you really nailed it on the head.
Woo! So this is good?
So good.
Successful?
Totally nailed it.
Conquered the cinnamon bun hill.
Hashtag nailed it.
Sweet. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and if you guys have some delicious family food traditions that you guys celebrate around the holidays, please comment below. We'd love to hear about it, and we'll see you guys next time with another delicious recipe next month. Bye, everybody.
Bye.